Hello everyone. Today's interview question: is propeller shaft a hollow shaft or it is a solid shaft? The answer is propeller shaft is a hollow shaft. Now you can ask this question: why a propeller shaft is a hollow shaft? The answer is so that you can save material without compromising on strength. That is very important because one of the objectives of a mechanical engineer is to make sure that the stresses are within the acceptable limits for all types of materials chosen and for all types of environmental conditions encountered. Okay. Now, how do you say that the propeller shaft can be a hollow shaft and you don't compromise on strength? For that, you have to understand the torsion equation, which is given by this expression: T by J is equal to tau over R is equal to C theta over L. So what is T? Stands for the torque. J is the polar moment of inertia. Keep at the back of your mind, polar moment of inertia is the resistance to torsion. Tau is the shear stress. Capital R is the radius at which you are trying to define the shear stress. C is the modulus of rigidity, the angle of twist, and the length of the torque. Now you take the first two terms and you try to work out for the shear stress. It's T by J into capital R, which means that this is the value of the shear stress at the radius capital R. Now what happens to this expression if you try to define the value of the shear stress at the radius R, which means that the shear stress at the radius R, which means that now we have decreased the value of the radius, maybe you can call this as Q, is equal to T by J corresponding J into radius, which means that the shear stress is sort of proportional to the radius. If you are trying to define the shear stress at the radius 0, and when R is equal to 0, the value of the shear stress becomes 0. So the value of shear stress becomes 0. That's right. So you don't need material at the center because you don't need material to resist at the center because there is not going to be any stress that will be generated at the center. For this gives us an inspiration to design the propeller shaft as a hollow shaft, but you also have to do other analysis. Maybe you want to treat the shaft as a bar and do the analysis. You have to treat the shaft as a beam and try to find the bending moment. Shear stress is generated and make sure that the stresses are within the limit. You also have to do the modal analysis. But of course, this is a very good start. This gives you the inspiration for why a propeller shaft should be a hollow shaft. Thank you.